It's like they only send over the biggest monitors. This is the Acer CG437K, a large format gaming display. UHD 4K, 3840 by 2160 resolution. NVIDIA G-Sync, this is just G-Sync compatible, not the hardcore one with the module. Overclockable to 144 Hertz, we'll talk about that later. 1 millisecond response time, but it's visual response boost. That's a motion blur reduction mode, kind of like ULMB. So that means it's only gonna get 1 millisecond with this mode turned on. These panels themselves cannot do 1 millisecond gray to gray response time. VA cannot do that. Then we got Display HDR 1000 certification. That's awesome. And these specs right here are kind of derivatives of that. And 30 watts of charging through a USB-C port. 30 watts is not enough to charge a laptop or anything, but maybe it's good for your phone. Or it can't hurt. Whoa. Some RGB light strips are remote. And what is this? This is the power cable. Standard stuff. I used to think Linus just made all these grunting sounds to make it more dramatic, but now I know he's just old. Get this thing out of here. Now it's upside down. More cables fell out. DisplayPort cable. USB Type-C cable. Another DisplayPort cable. I'll tell you why in a second. This looks like a bunch of extensions for the RGB cables. And a USB Type B cable. This is for hooking up the USB hub. Okay, here we go. It appears that the stand is already on there. That's kind of nice. Oh. That's huge, man. When I was a kid, 43 inches was like, not many people had a TV that big. 27 inches was normal. 36 was like pretty big, and 42 was like, ooh, big TV person. Pretty interesting looking back. This stand is pretty high quality. This is metal and it's just bolted in, 3 screws each. This feels pretty stable. Well, does it? It's kind of, no, it's pretty good. Big gamery kind of back to it. Looks like it's got some ventilation here. Looks like a cable management kind of hook right there. Oh, it's pretty heavy. There's some accessible side I/O here. It's 2 HDMI 2.0 ports, and then some USB ports. This monitor has 2 USB 3s and 2 USB 2s. Down here though, the main I/O, you've got your USB Type B, which will power the rest of this hub, for your USB-C with, again, 30 watts of charging. 2 more USB Type A's, and 2 display ports. So this is a 4K monitor that advertises a refresh rate of up to 144 Hertz if you overclock it. But in order to get that, you need to run 2 DisplayPort cables. Now, it's clunkier because you need to have 2 cables, but on the other hand, you're not gonna get any chroma subsampling, which is a trade-off that you do get with some other monitors. Then we've got a power switch, just like you see on your power supply in your computer, and then the power plug. Ooh. Ah, dang it. You can see on the front of the stand, there's actually little icons showing controllers. I guess they know who their target audience is, don't they? The Type-C port does carry DisplayPort over it, but you're only gonna get a maximum of up to 60 Hertz with that, so. I gotta mess with these RGB strips first, because I've seen monitors that have RGB on the back, but I've never seen them come, like, sold separately. Yeah, they're magnetic a little. What the heck? How am I supposed to stick these on? Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to put these into my case and not on the monitor. No, but I'm pretty sure there's ports to plug this into. If I pull this off, there's headers there for my lamp belts to plug into. Ta-da!
Who put all these LED strips on it?
It comes with them.
Really?
But it doesn't come with any adhesive on them.
Why?
And this is magnetic, so you have to just...
You gotta be kidding me.
You download their software and then you can sync them up with League of Legends and everything.
No, but I just mean these are addressable LEDs. So there would be no reason to have more than one thing off the back and then just have little connecting things.
Oh yeah, if you daisy chain them.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to daisy chain them.
Well, why would you not?
Because the world is your oyster. Any configuration you want. They don't even have to be on the monitor. You can put them on your desk. I don't know if I'm missing something, but this is the most half-baked RGB solution I've ever seen. This is so tacked on. This is a $1,300 monitor. Ooh, another peel. Oh, I didn't even put the batteries in this thing yet. I don't think this thing comes with batteries. Everything comes with batteries. This is brutal. Light sensor. So this monitor has an ambient light sensor, which I would guess is in here somewhere. So it looks like the native refresh rate is 120 hertz, which is what I expected. But we can overclock that to 144, so let's try. Oh no. Well, they don't guarantee 144 hertz overclock, I guess. Oh, maybe that's why it didn't work. It thinks I have multiple displays on. It's because there's a setting in the OSD. You go down to System, then on the second page, there's 4K 144 hertz mode. You turn that on, and now if I go into display settings, only one monitor is recognized, and it's refreshing at 144 hertz. All right, now we're gonna check out the HDR experience with Cinema. It's definitely on. You can see the brightness around those clouds.
Oh yeah, for sure. Reflections on the armor. And impressively, the black areas are quite dark. Like it's not OLED inky black, but considering how bright some of these highlights are, I am really impressed for an edge-lit display, I'll say that much.
What I want to see now is go into a game and smaller things like a mouse cursor, will they be bright?
Right.
See the light hitting that balloon and that lamp over there? That's pretty good. So yep, it's definitely an HDR monitor. Maybe some of those little tiny highlights would be brighter if you used a full array local dimming HDR monitor, which is like the top for HDR, but sometimes those monitors can be annoying because even when you're on your desktop, just moving the mouse around, you can have halos around it and it just kind of looks weird. And the viewing angles are sometimes worse. So I wouldn't buy this monitor if HDR is what you want. HDR is here and it's very good. It's not top of the top. And if you're spending $1,300, maybe top of the top HDR is what you want. In conclusion, it's a pretty sweet monitor if you like 16:9. Personally, I would way rather have a super ultra wide or even an ultra wide because this extra height isn't really gonna help you in productivity situations. But if you're watching 16:9 content and playing 16:9 games, this can be pretty cool. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, get subscribed, hit the like button, and hit us up in the comments section with your suggestions of other products that you want us to cover.